Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In today's lecture, we will start exercises of unit number 2. That's title is Patriotism. Okay, first portion of exercises is glossary. As earlier I told you that glossary means the list of words or the list of terms and their definitions or words meanings. You can see here the words used in this chapter and their meanings against them. And next is comprehension, next portion. Here 5 questions have been given and I will dictate the answer of these questions. Okay, so take your notebook and pen for writing and start writing. Question number 1 is, how will you define patriotism? Or what is the definition of patriotism? Answer. Patriotism means love for the motherland or devotion to one's country. A patriot loves his country and is willing to sacrifice when the need arises. The word patriot comes from Latin word patriota, which means countryman. It is considered a commendable quality. This is almost the first paragraph of this chapter. Question number 2. What are the qualities of a patriot? Answer. A patriot loves his country. He is always ready to sacrifice for it. For him, the sovereignty, integrity, and honor of the country are supreme values on which no compromise can be made. He can render sacrifice for the protection of these values. Question number 3. As a citizen of Pakistan, what are your duties towards your country? पाकिस्तान के शहरी होने के नाते आपकी क्या फ़र्ज़ हैं, आपके क्या फ़र्ज़ हैं कंट्री के हवाले से? Answer. As a citizen of Pakistan, we must love our country. We must protect the supreme values like sovereignty, integrity, and honor of our country on any cost. We must work for the development of our country. We must always be ready to sacrifice for it. Question number 4. What makes us stay alert in the wake of foreign invasion? गैर मुल्की हमले की सूरत में हमें कौन सी चीज़ अलर्ट रखती है, बेदार रखती है? Answer. This is the spirit of patriotism which makes us stay alert in the wake of foreign invasion. We have several examples of such patriots who laid down their lives for the protection and honor of the country. Question number 5. Elaborate the given quote of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Elaborate means explain. Okay, quotation of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, we have to explain this quotation. Quotation is, we must develop a sense of patriotism which galvanizes us all into one united and strong nation. Answer. Through these words, Quaid-e-Azam provoked the sense of patriotism in people. Provoked mean urged, मतलब उबारना, बेदार करना, activate. He advised us that we should create a strong passion of patriotism in us. We must be ready to sacrifice our lives for the sake of country. This is the spirit which keeps us united and strong. Okay, after answers of the questions, next portion is about vocabulary. Okay, in vocabulary, write the contextual and dictionary meanings of the following words. As earlier in the exercises of first chapter, I told you contextual reading. Okay, you guess the meanings of the words with the help of contextual reading. सियाको सबाक को आप देखकर guess करते हैं meanings. Okay, such type of meanings are called contextual meanings. और उसके एग्जैक्ट मीनिंग्स देखने के लिए आप डिक्शनरी देखते हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड डिक्शनरी मीनिंग. कंजर्वेशन, इंस्टेंस, fidelity, shield, and reward. These are the words. Okay, you will first guess, then consult the dictionary for exact meanings by yourself. Next is make as many words as you can from these root words. An example is given for each root word. For example, work. This is root word. You will make 6 words from this word work. For example, workplace. Workplace. Similarly, you will make other words starting with work. Okay. Next is play. Playground. Playground. Right. So you will make other words with the help of this root word. 6 words for each. Play and work. This is your homework. Okay. Next exercise from vocabulary is use the following words in sentences. First one is sacrifice, commendable, prosperity, invasion, motherland, responsible, and nationalism. If earlier you had not made sentences of these words, now you will make sentences of these words and you will write them on your notebooks. In grammar, we will discuss modal verbs. Modal verbs. Modal verbs combine with other verbs to form compound verbs. ये बाकी verbs के साथ मिलके compound verbs बनाते हैं. Modal verbs and their functions. इनके अपने meanings होते हैं, इनके functions होते हैं. For example, modal verbs are can, could, may, might, and would. Okay, their function is to indicate possibility. ये किसी चीज़ के इम्कान को बताते हैं. Possible. I can swim in the water. मैं पानी में तैर सकता हूँ. Means this is possibility. Okay. Okay. He can reach at time. This is possible. He can reach at time. Similarly, can, will, could, and would. They also indicate ability. ये ability को भी show करते हैं. Okay. He can write or he can speak English. He can speak English means he has ability to speak English. He will speak English. Okay. So sometimes can shows possibility and sometimes it is used to indicate ability. Then is must, will, and shall. Okay. They indicate certainty. Certainty मतलब किसी चीज़ की श्योरिटी और उसकी यकीन होने को शो करते हैं. Must. For example, you must revise this chapter. You must. तुम्हें ज़रूर और यकीनी तौर पे ये चैप्टर रिवाइज करना चाहिए. You must. Okay. Might, should, and ought. They indicate probability. Probability. Okay. In other words, ये गालिबियत को शो करते हैं. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना गालिबन, ज़्यादा प्रेफरेबल ये है, ज़्यादा इम्कान है इस चीज़ का. गालिबन जिसे हम कहते हैं कि might, should और ought इसको शो करते हैं. Okay, you are ill, you ought to get checked by a doctor. Okay, you ought to. Okay, you may. Can, could, may to indicate permission. Permission के लिए भी इस्तेमाल होते हैं. For example, you often say, can I come in? Can I come in? क्या मैं अंदर आ सकता हूँ? Permission. Or may I come in? Should, must, need and ought to, they indicate obligation. Okay, obligation किस चीज़ का ज़रूरी होना. Okay, must, you need. Okay, okay, you need to get exercise to cover your disease. You need to get exercise, and exercise लाजमी करना चाहिए. This is obligatory for you. Okay, you should stop smoking. You should stop smoking. Should is showing obligation, ज़रूरी है. Next is used to indicate a past habit. माजी में आपकी कोई एक ऐसी हैबिट थी जो आप किया करते थे. For that, you will use used to. For example, in past, आप टेनिस खेला करते थे. You will say, I used to play tennis. मैं टेनिस खेला करता था. I used to read stories. मैं stories पढ़ा करता था. Means habit, the habit that has been in past. For that we use used to and then verb. Okay, examples. May I ask you a few questions? This is permission. May I ask you a few questions? So may is indicating permission. Can you swim? Ability. Can. क्या आप तैर सकते हैं? You should keep your promise. तुम्हें अपना वादा पूरा करना चाहिए. You should. Duty or obligation. ज़रूरी, necessity. We ought to help them. हमें उनकी मदद करना चाहिए. Moral obligation. अखलाकी फरीज़ा. We ought to help them. These are some examples. And now the exercise, next exercise, use appropriate models to describe your three abilities and capacities. Okay, you will do this exercise. You will write or describe your three abilities. अपनी तीन खसूसियात abilities लिखनी है can के साथ या would के साथ, जो मॉडल वर्ब्स बताए गए हैं, abilities को जो शो करते हैं. Ask teachers permission for going out in three ways. First, for example, may के साथ, can के साथ, could के साथ. Okay, you will ask permission for going out. Ask a friend to lend you a book. अपने दोस्त से एक बुक लेने के लिए, उधार लेने के लिए अपने दोस्त से कहें. Okay, request आ सकता है इसमें, permission आ सकता है. Express necessity to get up early. जल्दी उठने की ज़रूरत को आप एक्सप्रेस करें कि जल्दी उठना ज़रूरी है. ओके, इसके लिए आप जो ऑब्लिगेशन के लिए है वर्ड्स हैं, मॉडल वर्ब्स हैं, वो इस्तेमाल करेंगे. एक्सप्रेस ड्यूटी, ऑब्लिगेशन टू फॉलो ट्रैफिक रूल्स, ऑब्लिगेशंस. शेयर सम पास्ट हैबिट. ओके, कोई से पास्ट हैबिट आप शेयर करें विद द हेल्प ऑफ यूज्ड टू. Okay, this is your homework, and now identify the kinds of following sentences: exclamatory, assertive, interrogative, negative, imperative. Earlier you have studied these kinds in clause 7th and in clause 8th, so it should not be difficult for you. Just identify. For example, art is another subject in which I am particularly interested. You will tell this is exclamatory sentences, sentence, assertive, interrogative, negative, or imperative. What a beautiful painting. Teach him to learn. How could I know? She did not make a false statement. Next is punctuate the following. With the help of chapters, you will punctuate it. We will discuss later on when you will come to college the punctuation marks and their functions. And the last portion of this chapter or exercises of this chapter is writing skills. Summarize paragraph 4 of the unit in 3 to 4 sentences. You will write the summary of paragraph 4 in just 3 or 4 sentences. Summarize the unit in your own words. If earlier you haven't done this, you will summarize it right now. And which steps should we take to make our nation patriotic? This is a question. Okay, how can we make our nation patriotic? Think with your own mind and write the answer in few sentences. Write an essay on any one of our national heroes. Okay, it must be from 170 to 200 words. You can write essay on any one of our national, like Qaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, or other person. Uh, what you you like. Okay. Oh, okay. Next is write a short dialogue between a political activist and a teenager in which the political activist tries to make the teenager understand the importance of patriotism. Okay, you will meet your teenager, you will meet a political activist or political leader, or you can interview him, or you can discuss with him the patriotism, and he will tell you what is the importance of patriotism. With the help of this chapter, with the help of essays, you can make a short dialogue between a political activist and a teenager. Okay, here is the end of this chapter. Right.